lace capelet knitting pattern in this very same stitch can be purchased from the website.
So this video will explain how to work the lace stitch on this lovely chunky lace scarf with scalloped edges. All is explained in my video tutorial that comes with a printed off guide for those that prefer printed instructions. Just go to my website, thecastingoncouch.com.
The lace stitch has a 10 stitch 6 row repeat. Allow a total of 5 extra stitches to balance the fabric and to create the selvages to each side.
You can add to the width of this scarf or take away in sets of 10 stitches. For this lace scarf I'm using Freedom Wool by Twilies of Stamford and a pair of 10mm needles.
Begin by casting on 45 stitches.
As you can see, I've knitted a few of the repeats already for my scarf. However, what I'm about to show you is row 1, and this would be the very first row that you'd need to be doing after you've cast on. So begin the work by knitting 2. This forms the right edge of your scarf, and then follow the main repeat. So the main repeat is knit 1, yarn over, knit 3, and then SK2P, which means to slip 1, that was knitwise, knit 2 together and then pass the slip stitch over. So that's an SK2P. Continue to knit 3, yarn over, and repeat that sequence another 3 times. What I'm about to show you is still row 1, but I'm showing the last repeat plus the last 3 stitches. So knit 1, yarn over, knit 3, then slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 3, and yarn over, and you're left with 3 stitches which you simply knit. Rows 2 and rows 4 will be the same. We begin and end the work with knit 2, and then we purl the stitches in between. So I'm working to the last 2 stitches of row 2, which will be the same as row 4, and then I'm just knitting the last 2. This creates a nice garter stitch to the edges, creates a nice selvage. Row 3, begin the row by knitting 2, and then we will go into the repeat. So the repeat goes knit 2, yarn over, knit 2, and then SK2P, which is slip 1 knitwise, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 2, yarn over, knit 1. Now that forms one of the repeats. We need a total of 4 repeats, so I'm going to do that another 3 times. I'm already at the last repeat of row 3, so knit 2, yarn over, knit 2, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 2, yarn over knit 1. You'll have 3 stitches remaining and you simply knit 3 at the end. And if you remember, the next row, row 4, will be the same as row 2. So we're knitting 2 at the beginning and end of the work, purling the stitches in between. Knit 1, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, and repeat that sequence again from knit 1. So we knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, whoops, so that's my slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 1, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, and repeat that sequence until the last 3 stitches, where you will just knit those last 3. So I'll show you one more set. Knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, yarn over, knit 1, slip 1, knit 2 together, pass slip stitch over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 2 together, yarn over, and I'm going to repeat it one last time, and then I will knit 3. Row 6 is the final row of the repeat, and it's the same as row 2. We're knitting 2, purling to the last 2 stitches and knitting 2 at the end. Those 6 rows form the main repeat, so continue those 6 rows until you have 50 centimetres worth of knitting. Then put your work on a holder and knit another 50 centimetre section and join the 2 together with either a 3 needle bind off or the Kitchener stitch. Now I'm just going to demonstrate why you do 2 halves. I'm just going to cast off a little section here so you can see. But basically if you knit this in one piece, which wouldn't be disastrous by any means, but what you would have is scallops, the lovely scalloped edge to one end of your work, and then you'll end up with a flatter edge on the other side. If you join the work at the centre of the back of the neck, then you will have scallops to both ends, which I think looks much nicer, but that's totally your choice. So I'm going to cast off, look, and hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate to you the reasons why you knit it in 2 sections. Can you see it's just straight? So if you can imagine that was a long piece, you kind of lose that nice fancy scalloped edge. So I think that demonstrates, look, what will happen if you knit a longer piece all in one section. You'll have the lovely scallops on one side and not the other. So do check out my other videos on the Kitchener stitch or the 3 needle bind off, which will show you how to join your 2 pieces of your scarf together at the back of the neck.